Hi, welcome to the award-winning Ed Brown Show. Once again, you better sit down, put that coffee down, because we got some outstanding guests here. We got a couple of them been on here before, but what I want to do is welcome you all back, and welcome back Edwana Larkin, the #1 reporter for Ed Brown Show, and she's bringing some outstanding guests here. They're going to talk about some important things that you should know about. Welcome back, Edwana.
Well, thank you.
I hope you enjoyed your vacation. I missed you.
Yes, I did.
I was carrying the ball by myself.
Yeah, look, and you could do it. You could do it. I would like to welcome our guest here this evening in the studio. We have none other than our state's attorney, Mr. Glenn Ivey, and we also have Mr. Rex Little, who is the director of the Family Crisis Center, Inc. of PG County. And they're here to talk about Crime Victims Fund 5K Run Walk, which has been in existence for about 6 years now. And we're going to ask our state attorney, how did this concept come about?
Well, Ed, first of all, thank you for having me on the show. It's great to be here. I'm a fan of, as you said, the award-winning show, and I appreciate the chance to come on and talk to your viewers. The crime scene concept, the Crime Victim Fund concept is actually already in existence at the state level. The state provides funding for victims of crime, but sometimes it can take weeks or months for them to get the funding that they need. So we created a shorter term fund that we can use for people who need immediate assistance, or within a matter of hours or days. Say, for example, someone broke into their house and they need to replace the lock so they can lock their doors and sleep safely at night. We can provide assistance with that. Sometimes crime scene cleanup, where there's been a violent crime that's been committed. We can help provide funding for those kinds of situations. So that was the idea behind it, and this is our 6th year having it in existence.
Okay. Is there a theme that you use for this event? I think it's what, love always, always remembered?
Yeah, there's sort of there's a lot of people who show up in support of this effort, and I really appreciate what they do. These are people who've lost someone. Okay. Frequently, they have someone who was murdered or victimized in some other way, or they've been personally victimized. They come out, they walk in support of the fund to try and help other victims, other survivors, really, get the help that they need at the time that they need it most.
Okay, and Attorney Ivey, I think this year you're partnering, or Family Crisis Center is partnering with you?
Yeah, the Family Crisis Center is doing outstanding work here in the county. We've partnered with them on some domestic violence projects, like the Project Safe Sunday effort during Domestic Violence Awareness Month. They're going to come on board with us and help us out on this as well, because they have a lot of people who need the assistance of the Family Crisis Center, who also could use help from the Crime Victims Fund that we've set up as well. So we thought it made sense to try and work with them, and as I said, they do outstanding work, and they bring a lot to the table in this effort.
Yeah, okay.
Well, what about the funding for it? I mean, the money, where did that come from?
Well, that's how we do it. The walk will take place, and people will either pay to participate as runners, and sometimes people will have sponsors who will sponsor them when they go do the walk, and we raise a little money that way. And then we have businesses in the community who've been sponsors over the years.
What about individuals? Can they make a contribution?
Absolutely. We will take individual contributions as well, and we do get some of those each year. We've had some people who've been with us over the years, and it really makes a difference. The money adds up and can make a big difference for people who are in the middle of a traumatic situation.
Absolutely. And I guess since we're in this technology age, we could probably go online and register, or go online and make a donation towards this effort.
Yeah, I mean, registration online I think is a good idea, and I know we're going to be flashing up some information in the show here, and also calling our office is a good step as well, because I don't think we've got electronic payment in place.
Okay.
But you know, don't let that stop you. Come out and support the run or give us a call. Let us know what you can do, because you can really make a difference in someone's life at a critical time.
Okay. And where is this run going to take place, Attorney Ivey?
This will be at the Sports and Learning Complex, which is just off of Sheriff's Road.
Okay.
Over in the Landover area, just around the corner from FedEx Field. And it's on Saturday, October 3rd. I believe it starts about 8:30 in the morning.
Okay.
But come on out. We usually have a lot of people that show up. It's a very moving atmosphere. A lot of times families come, especially families who've lost someone, and they'll wear the shirt with the picture of their lost loved one on it and walk together as a group, and it's become an annual event for some families. So it's a pretty powerful experience.
Is there a deadline for registration?
Nope, you can show up October 3rd. Obviously, we appreciate early. Early's better than later, but yeah, anytime. You know, if you haven't done it, but you feel moved to come on October 3rd, please come join us.
Okay. What about your sponsors? Who do you have backing you? I think I saw somewhere the Redskins might be one of your sponsors.
Yeah, I believe the Redskins are helping out this year. I know we've got some listed on the Maryland Crime Victims Resource Center, which is the organization that Mrs. Roper started after her daughter Stephanie was killed, and to provide outstanding assistance to victims and survivors in crimes across the county. And actually, Mrs. Roper's been really a national leader in the victims' rights movement. She's made a huge difference, and it's great to have her right here in Upper Marlboro helping out. And some of the sponsors: Walmart, Jack Stone Sign, Award Plus, Southern, Dark Horse, the Redskins, have all chipped in to help us out, and we really appreciate their assistance.
Okay, that's fantastic. So we see a community effort here to get this going, and this is the 6th year. How many participants have you had in all the years, you think?
Well, I've never thought about adding them all up, but I know we've had, sometimes you have, 50 to 100, sometimes we've had over 100 people show up. And that's good. I think it adds to the atmosphere of support and commitment to this cause. And hopefully we'll have a big turnout again this year as well.
Okay, and you're having T-shirts, or you're selling T-shirts. Let's say if I couldn't participate in the run, could I maybe purchase a T-shirt to help the organization?
Yeah, I mean, any way that you want to participate is fantastic. I know we have T-shirts available every year. I haven't seen this year's T-shirt, but usually they have good designs on them. They look good, and wearing it's a good statement of support, I think, for the effort to support victims and survivors around the county. And sometimes people just come and drop off checks. Whatever you want to do to support is important and useful.
Okay, absolutely. And we also have Mr. Little here, and you're helping out this year. You're one of the partners with our state's attorney. Who are you getting involved in this effort?
Well, and before I respond to that, also let me say, thank you for inviting us as well. We certainly appreciate the support of the Ed Brown Show. We know you have a great viewership, and it's always a pleasure to come. When we, State's Attorney Ivey has been such a strong advocate against domestic violence and responding to the crimes that occur in the county. He has certainly supported the Family Crisis Center in his tenure as State's Attorney. And so we see it as a great opportunity to join forces, to reach out into the community and say, hey, take a look, be aware of what's going on in the county, and come out and support the event. If you can't come out and be there, we certainly welcome your sending a check or sponsoring runners. So what we're trying to do as a part of our partnership is to bring additional sponsors. We're looking for people who might be willing to volunteer as walkers or runners.
That's what you want to do.
We want walkers and runners. As
out there.
Mr. Ivey has said, 100 people is great, but if we can get 200 people, 400 people to come out and say, we are responding to the needs of people who have been victimized in the county. And so we're looking for walkers, runners, volunteers, or people who are willing to write checks and sponsor someone that is walking in the event.
Okay, if I wanted to volunteer, how would I go about signing up for that?